Okay, today is the 27th. I found the DJI, that's why it's following me around. Whee! They turn that off in a second. So today I'm going to go through some of the things I learned on the P2 again. Yeah, I'm being filthy. You see the same outfits. Matter of fact, I was about to get all gussied up and go to the movies, or maybe not, but I was going to the movies to see Fast X. Then I decided I'd rather play with the P2 a little bit more. So with the DJI, I can now, like, if I can remember how to do it, switch things around. Hopefully they don't come out with the OM7 because I keep buying these stupid things. I have the original, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6. And the funniest thing is, I only know where 2 of them are at. So I probably should be like giving away at least the 1, 2, 3, and 4. At least the 1, 2, and 3, because 4 was when they really started getting really, really good. Although they came out, they're originally like $300. Dang, long way we've come. So anyway, what I'm doing today, or has been doing today, is I'm getting ready again for the dude I closed last week on. Hopefully I can get enough stuff done today and take it out. So I got these, I think they arrived yesterday. So these are acacia wood, little serving tray things. So like throw your keys in them and crap like that. Just finished making something for him for that. Try to put that in, use the curved surfaces, hopefully. Don't know if it's going to fit the way I want it to. I had my VA design. I think she came up with 5 or 6 designs. The one going with, I'm hoping I can like put it on the curve. Right on the curve. I'm going to just show you on that. And today also had a real interesting one. Oh, I don't even have it in here. The stuff I was working on with the last video, the decanter and everything, the reason I have in the other room, is I was putting it together. I was at least trying to get the foam together. I was building a box, you know, but it's just, it was getting too tedious for me. Here are all the parts so far. And even went and bought some stain for it. Then I was like, you know what? I'll build like 1 or 2, with the exception of the front cover. Now this is starting to get on my nerves. With the exception of the front cover, and just build them and have the front cover since it just slides in. Because I'm also thinking about using some acrylic on it. So some things I've learned today from a comment from a my YouTube video yesterday. Mobile Monkey has come out with some material settings. It's a really good start. I spent the day prior to reading that comment burning up a whole bunch of stuff trying to figure out the best settings. So I have settings that he doesn't have, so combining the two, I don't know if I'm going to put these in the comments or not. I may not. Combine the two, actually got some really good stuff there, because my big one today is I was burning foam, polyethylene, because no matter what, I was going to put it in there, so I could set the decanter and everything. So number one issue that I've learned today is it's black. The bottom of the tray is black. You cannot see it. So as I was experimenting, I said, okay, I'm going to take an old, hold on, let me go find it. And follow me. Look at me. Let me see if you can still see me. So anyway, for a house I had up on the market a bit. Is this one of it? Oh, no. This is, I'm going to tear this part out so you don't see their address. I made this one, actually made another one for them. But, you know, I print these things out and I put them in a frame. These are like watercolors. So I convert it to the picture into a watercolor, and I go and I give it to them, and hopefully they like it. But that was just an extra. So I put it underneath so I could still see. And as I was experimenting, one was a little too strong or setting, and it, you know, caught the. I'm sure you can see it here. Caught the paper on fire, and the laser does not seem to catch the foam on fire. But it will catch the paper on fire. When the paper gets on fire, the foam the thing starts, and then like you stop it, and it's like it's trying to evacuate the foam. You need to get in there to get to the fire, I had to push, I think I had to do it a second time, and then it would open up even though it hadn't evacuated the smoke. I should have, it's right there because I got like 3 different types of fire extinguishers. And this is that bad when I had the video on where it damn near burned my house down because it doesn't work. It just shoots out the top. But you know, I knew it was shooting out the top, and I grabbed it, opened the sucker up, and went put the fire out. So do keep that around if you do have a fire until I install the fire kit, which was now I really want to get it installed. Press it to stop it, press it a second time, and it will push the pin back and you can pick it up. So that's the number one thing there. Let's go through and I'll pick this foam up here for a sec. Oh, also, this one, yeah, see, it did it again. It doesn't, the piston doesn't always take it up. Like I talked about yesterday, let me get here. The piston doesn't keep it from like slamming. So be careful, don't like go to slam because it will slam. It only protects it on the way down unless it's mine only. So today what I was doing, you can see, you'll be able to see the fire here. So this is like where it started burning here. This is like the foam from the fire extinguisher. And so I did a whole bunch of experimental cuts to fix. Okay, now you're getting on my nerves. Go here. To see which ones came out best because I couldn't find any good settings. Even when I went to like the Glowforge site and stuff, I figured I could like back into it. Because some of the things, and I think they were doing EVA foam because they're talking like 200 millimeters per second, which is not going to work. So some of the things I figured out for doing the foam here, you know, to put inside the gift boxes. This is 2-inch foam. Is you got to aim it a little bit more towards the center, and the only way you can do that is to take the auto measure, and then add 5 to 10 millimeters. So if the like with this one measured like 49 point blah blah blah, I rounded it up to 60, and it gets it. You're trying to get it like right on top. Come on, man. Let me see if I can turn this crap off. Okay, you're trying to get this right on top here, where it's not dragging, but just right at it. So it aims just about 10 millimeters there. So it's aiming right here. At least that way it's going to get through it a little bit better at the 2-inch. So I don't know if you'll even be able to do 3-inch foam. So 2 is probably pretty close to your limit. You know what, I'm going to try to remember. I'm going to put the settings down because as you can see, I did some test cuts here. There are more here than you can see, like if I pull it back like this one, not the failed ones. So you can kind of pull it out and still get something in there. But the ones that do the drops, it was basically, I can just pull this up. So for the foam, I did a lot of stuff today. So foam. Okay, so add 5 to 10 millimeters to whatever your auto setting is. The 2 best that I saw, and I probably aim between these 2, is 35 at 15, 2 passes. Because you can see with some of them you get a good. That's the back. It's not really that bad. Probably doesn't even make a difference. But you know, there's like where it starts and comes back. There's a little bit of char. These gave no char, gave clean. You know, it was clean all the way through. So you can see some of these like completely clean. They just fell out. Some other advice, I'd probably, doing it again, I would cut the, because I got, that's what's that, 11 by 17. I've got some 13 by 19 around. I would probably cut that 13 by 19, cut it, you know, roughly the size and lay it on top instead of doing it on the bottom, and then just like remove it right before cutting. Just to get airflow. I actually still, even though I had to, you know, have open plane, I put some of the blades down underneath it. That way I have the airflow that I needed. Those are some things. So like I said, 30 or 35, 15, 2 passes at 5 to 10 millimeters, you'll get through 2-inch foam. I'm not going to try to repeat anything that I saw that Mobile Monkey did. Yeah, that's kind of repeat. I did all this stuff without knowing he's doing it. On the glass, I'm still working with it. It seems like about, and I still got to go even lower to see what happens. So 8 and 9 for the power with the 30 that you're limited to for working on the curve. Seems to be okay. I may go lower because, like I said, when I did, I believe it was 16, I had shaved glass everywhere. What I did do today, even though I had like whole blocks of it, my wife came, I don't know where shit is. I ended up going to get some 220 grit. I cut it out some just so I could just put it on my finger and just go through it. Made the glass look a lot better. Go get you some 220 grit, maybe some of the, I think I got a pack that started at 80 and ended at 3 something. I may even try some of those others, especially for the ones that got really shaved off. But from what I saw today, somebody did this kombucha thing, and it was, I think he said 10 at 300. I don't know, because that would make this when you bring it down like 1. Oh, also I've noticed, and this is one, when you put in, you need to go into your settings, because like I think yesterday I was talking about how I still scored stuff, and I put it, it's like, you know, I'm gonna like do this later, I want to check this out now, and then I'll go back and do the other part. Well, here's the problem, it still scored it even though I had it at like 300 millimeters per second and 1. That's because there's a minimum setting. You got to change that minimum setting so it's not putting out any output power. I found these spoons on Amazon because I really wanted to work on the curves and stuff. The curve, I mean, it works. Gonna have to find a way to weight it down. It was too light because the movement caused to do this. That's why it's wavy. And I just have to figure a good way to do that down. Somebody put in comments for one of the videos that I was putting the blades in incorrectly because I really hadn't read this shit as much as I should have. So yeah, they did fit the other way. So the pointy end is supposed to be up. Thank you for that, whoever did that one. Some observations from the day, because I actually had to, I've been working with this for the last week. I have not turned back on the D1 Pro or the M1 except for today to see the differences in XCS, because there are some things I think that are missing. Somebody put a comment that yeah, it probably is a new update where you can no longer see the item. It's just the little grayed out square. I don't mind the grayed out square, but I would still kind of like to see this. And reason being, I mean, you measure from here to here and here and here, all this stuff, just do the curve. You can't make, walked away. Where was that curve? Was it really in the middle? I'd love to be able to fit that in there within the parameters. I did discover that, look, if you're trying to do something like a pin, because I do like pins for clients, like for their signings. So I figured, hey, I could do an even, you know, greater surface around there. Well, guess what? This is too small. It won't do the curve on it. I may try it again. Maybe there's something I can do to figure out what part it won't do. Some more observations is the 2 cameras. You know, you got the detail camera, you got the fisheye. The detail camera, and I'm hoping they put this in an update someday. I would love to be able to take a series of shots. You can only do the 1 shot, but that shot may not be big enough to position stuff. So now I got to do a shot here, do a shot here, do a shot here, do a shot here. I would love for you to be able to go like when you do the vertices on your for your curved surface, to go like, okay, I want a shot here to make sure it's placed right, a shot here, a shot here, a shot here, and it goes and takes those shots and then places them on there and go like, okay, now it's there. And the reason I want that has everything to do with the fact that you don't have the, who the hell's out there doing that? Probably beeping for somebody come out. I got the window open because, you know, venting everything's out. So normally I wouldn't be able to hear anything. Because you no longer have the framing. So I've lost framing. So it will still be good to have that. And to bring framing back. And another one is you have two different ways to measure now. You no longer have the ability, if you are not on the blades that I've been able to find, that you can use the little dot to, you know, use it, you know, place it under the little laser dot. Boop. I would really love for them to be able to do that in open plane and everything. Also, I don't know if it's even possible, but if you could do the curve when you do the rotary, because you have, you know, misshapen objects, you know, maybe like a wine glass or something. Well, great, it turns, but you got to do it like on the flat surface. But if you could still use the curve and use the rotary at the same time, you get what I'm saying? Maybe you can, because I have not put my RA2 on here yet. I'm waiting on that because I've been trying to just do everything with the curve function, which has actually been working okay. Now there is an issue on like if I'm doing glass, because like here's the curve, right? So when it gets down here, well, it's hitting it at this angle instead of this angle, so you kind of see some striations there. Not bad, to be honest, something nobody's going to really give a crap about, but they're there, and I'm just telling you about that. So if you could do the curve on that, not for, because you don't need it for the cylinder, but if you got that odd shaped thing, like let's say you're doing a rose vase, you know how they are kind of shaped, so you can still do the rose vase and do it all the way around. I'm going to have to check to see if you can do that. I don't know. I'm going to have to find out. The other one is on the M1, because you had the open plane, and because it has a, you know, it's on a little Z-axis, you know, because you have to set it manual on the D1 in most lasers, but this is automatic. So on the original M1, it came with a file, so you could print these out and or cut these out, and you could like figure out the height, because when you're doing the open plane, it's the height from the object to the for this thing, for that you use the top of the laser. And when you got the riser base, let's see here. So when you got the riser base, it came with one that was, you know, nice and plastic, nice plastic. They need something like that for this, for measuring, because some materials don't measure like glass, because it goes straight through it. It's not going to get it, and that's why you have to wrap it first with wet paper towels or something like that. That's when they need to come out with the file. There may be a file out there. If there is, I haven't found it yet. If I find it, I'll let you know, because I'm all into this, because I'm making all this stuff right now, just getting caught up. I've been waiting, even though I had the others. Also, somebody asked me about in the comments about they don't know if the rug can make it or not. I don't know if the thickness of the rug. I'm not going to pick it up. I got crap on there. Because those are the rugs I screwed up on the D1. Fits within the parameters of the conveyor. I'm going to have to check once I have enough time and get some other stuff done here, and get it out away from the, it's not the wall, it's the window. Get it away. I want to run the rug through there, see if it works, because if you look at some of the materials that it supports the big long ass cork, which is floppy anyway. So I'm thinking the rug will feed through, and I'm going to find out soon enough. One more gripe I have, not a gripe, but it's a way to improve that I hope xTool thinks about. Now, they've added this really cool feature with the detail camera area of the thing, where you can go like, okay, I want to measure over here to get the height and everything. It goes over there, measures it, right? Well, you may want to be in that area because you're using something huge as hell, like, you know, using up the entire bed with a piece of wood, well, guess what? You then, if you want to get the detail, you got to go back. I would like for you to be able to do both at the same time. So you got to go over and measure. It goes, resets itself, and then you got to go drag it over to get the detailed picture. Why can't you do it both at the same time? Measure, picture, back. It's only a few seconds, but it's just, in my opinion, intuitive. Hopefully they take that as a point of advice. Don't really have too much more. If you're going to be burning, any of you who don't know, but some of you are going to be new at this. If you do any kind of a food item like this, you need to have food grade mineral oil. Get it off of Amazon. Get it from Lowe's, Home Depot. They both carry it. The one at Lowe's and Home Depot is butcher block oil. It's the same crap. Just go get it. You soak it. So like this one's all ready to go. Somebody to eat with. Yes, I am going to give them the one that's all messed up, because who else is giving out spoons? Also got some stain today. Got to stain some of these little projects. I can't think of anything else that I set a good little bit in here. I still have not, and I don't know if it's something I've done, have not been able to get it to work on Wi-Fi yet. Because even if I try, like right now, it's hooked up. Come on. And I go over here and that's interesting. Huh. I'm just wondering if it, oh yeah, switch device, okay. So if I try to switch device, now normally, once it's been plugged in, it's on this correct Wi-Fi, which it is, which is interesting. It says unidentified network, no internet access. That doesn't make sense when it's got the full internet signal here. Maybe that's why. But if I go to Wi-Fi, it shows the Wi-Fi, it shows the IP address, and it still shows me on USB. And if I unplug the USB, it's lost connection. So I don't know, it could be my network, but I just connected to the M1 from another computer from Wi-Fi. So far, I like it. I am missing some things that I got with the D1, and the only thing I miss is being able to make big ass keys. So like bunch of stuff I did today from my old key file. So like I'd give something like this to class, but I'd like to give, this one didn't cut well, so it didn't go through. I think I can still get it out with an X-Acto. So make even bigger keys, because I can get 1/4-inch birch at Home Depot for like $32, and I can make 6 of those plus 6 of the big ones, which are 3 feet, and 4 small ones, which are 2 feet, out of that one $30 thing. And people sell these stupid things for like $70 on Etsy. $70, come on. Plus I've been able to do some little goodwill by just giving them out to other real estate agents, because goodwill adds up. Like I said with that the hopefully money I'm going to get someday. You said they sent the money last Thursday, which I believe, and my office is like, well, when we get it, we'll tell you. But that was just doing something nice for people. That's what doing nice things helps out. Again, I'm going to reiterate, if you're still waiting for your D1, P2, don't waste time. Have all your stuff ready for it. Get your distilled water. I'm going to have to mix it up. Go ahead and set aside a container you're going to use. You can do that the day of, but I'd probably set it aside. I get masking tape. I still have to check the laser, because when I did get some masking tape today. That was the main reason I went to Lowe's today to get masking tape, because the blue painter's tape, when I did the pulse on it, it just obliterated. And I thought it was like, oh, okay. Because I swear all of the videos showed it just a little pinpoint. And then I think about it, it's like, oh, it was probably too flammable. It just went up like that. So I got that to think about. So that, going to be burning wood stuff that people are going to be eating off of. Go ahead and get that mineral oil and food grade, of course. That way, you know, you can go ahead and start doing your cutting boards and stuff. Yeah. And I would also see what you're going to be doing when it comes to the what's his faces, the what do you call those stupid things, like cups and mugs and stuff, because 90% of the stuff I do when I have to use my RA2, with the exception, like I said, the little striations on the sides. Now maybe if I can do those purely with the curve function. Now it's just slower. Unfortunately, the slowness is actually slower than doing it like on my D1 with the RA2, because I can normally do what I'm doing in about 35-40 minutes. It takes about 45 minutes to do the exact same thing because it's so slow at 30. I'm probably going to be sticking with this for a few more days. It's a good little thing because I'm experimenting for stuff to build or make out for folks, and want to get this dialed in. And like I said, at some point I'd love for my wife to get off her duff and do some of this stuff herself and like create a business. I don't understand. People have all these damn money making machines and nobody's doing business. I got the P2 now. I got the D1 Pro on extended rails, and I could probably get rid of that if I get the conveyor working the way I want. I got the M1, which I really don't need anymore except for the cutting function, because she's already hinted like, well, so what are you gonna do with all these other lasers? I got like 3 more lasers downstairs, and I got fiber laser, and I got another one coming in, because those originals from Mr. Carve at 2 watt, nah, I need something more powerful. To be honest, I'm still even on the fence on that one because it's still on the Kickstarter right now, and they've delivered 2 of them, because by the time the M3 arrived, the D1 Pro was out, and they arrived on the same dang day. And I'm really like disappointed that I paid all that money for the M3. I've never used it other than testing it out to see if it worked, putting it together and testing it. That was $1,500 of wasted money I could use for something else. Yeah, got 2 large format printers, including for what do you call it, sublimation. If I get the money, I'm thinking about getting myself an embroidery machine. And to think I'm not running this as a business, I just do this to give out crap to my, not crap, nice things to my clients. But it's advertising, and I give out other stuff. Oh, I did buy these, pull them out of here. Be careful, because like I said, I do these for my clients for their signings. Here's the problem. I saw some on eBay the other day. Not eBay, Amazon. I'm like, no, a bamboo pen is a bamboo pen, right? So it's 150 of them for $51. I'm like, oh, sicky. Have them forever. Anyway, they came in the box. I think this was like 40. So this is 40, right? This 40 weighed more than the 150. That was my first clue. Second clue is I've lasered plenty of these. Oh, by the way, when I say lighter, I've used plenty of these already. There's maybe 25, 30 left. And this is heavier than that box of 150. I lasered that thing, and the first clue I had, it didn't smoke. I've burned a lot of bamboo smokes. So, yeah, it's not bamboo. On top of that, it had a completely different smell. Oh, here it is. I'm not going to put it up because it has a personal name on it. It doesn't smell like bamboo. So just be careful. The items that you're ordering through Amazon. Even be ready to return them, because I bought some metal business cards. I figured I'd give those out to like the higher end clients. Yeah, first of all, the edges were jagged and sharp and cutty, and two, the backs of every one of them was scratched up. So they're being returned. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Because it's still kind of a flex. Who the hell gives out metal business cards? And they were 75 cents at bulk each. A metal business card costs $5 to like $7, $8. So that's a hell of a flex. It's just that somebody's going to be going like, oh, you cut me. I ain't got crap else to do. I'm going to go put this file that I'm going to put on this Acacia serving board, and I'm going to go laser it out. See y'all tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you the results of this. Right now, my VA is working on the foam that's going to go inside the box, because I had to sacrifice all of this, because initially it's like, what do I do? Then I had the fire, and it's like, we're done. So this gets sacrificed, and I have, besides one, I'm going to give out one more. So when I get another whiskey drinker, they get a decanter set. So maybe tomorrow you get to see it in the box. Okay, see y'all.